Maybe first you could just tell me a little bit before we started working together, Joanne. Like, tell me a little bit about what your shoulder felt like, your everyday symptoms, and kind of walk me through where you're at before we started.
Um, it was mostly having a lot of burning in my biceps tendon, weakness, and progressively getting like I couldn't do what used to do without getting pain, like shoulder raises, presses, anything that would involve push-ups, um, and even driving my truck,
Mm.
my arm elevated, it would burn. So that's when I realized, all right, this is not getting better because it had been a little bit.
Okay. And then, yeah, I mean, obviously, some of the frustrations you had, I get when it's, maybe you can't exercise, but then when it's just kind of blending into your everyday
Yeah.
driving, that's where it's probably gets really frustrating.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause then I'm like, oh, okay, but this is, so I knew it had something to do with me raising my arm
Huh.
above a certain point, but I could even just push on it and it was tender.
Yeah. Right. Right.
Right.
Um,
So
and then obviously you could have gone a lot of different routes, but you kind of went the more virtual route. Maybe walk me through that decision-making process.
that wouldn't have jumped into my thoughts until I saw them Joey explaining it. Do you have shoulder issues? And thinking, I'm like, yeah, I kind of do. And I know if I could get PT, I could get an injection. I don't know. It just caught my eye. I'm thinking like, okay, well, maybe he can fix it for me. So,
Yeah.
and that's how I ended up, you know, there,
Sure.
you guys.
Sure. And what about just kind of the overall structure of the program? So, we try really hard to customize it, obviously for you, right? Like we started out with the first month and like we were definitely having to kind of like spend that one-on-one time to kind of figure out, get the whole picture, right? Try to kind of make it work, make sense of the plan. But eventually we kind of built from there. Anything kind of unique about that for you?
Having to do it every day is a big commitment.
Definitely.
And I think I missed, other than vacation, I think I missed one day.
Yeah, you absolutely crushed it.
I wanted to get better.
There it is. There it is.
So the only way to get better, is to do what you guys tell me to do. That's
Yeah,
my only recourse,
it's fair.
you know.
That's
So if
fair.
I'm not there, you could say, well, you didn't show up half the time, Joanne. That's your fault. Right?
I mean,
They just say that to me because I showed up every day.
exactly, exactly. And we tell people that, there's nothing magical about this program. Like, yes, we spend a lot of time with the one-on-one coaching. We really try to add that customized approach, but the reality is it's the consistency and it's the accountability piece that makes the biggest difference. If you just kind of share a little more about, obviously you couldn't do push-ups and now you're able to do, five. Maybe you could share a couple of things you've noticed just since you kind of returned back to the strict.
Well, okay. So um do more push-ups with great form, and just feeling really good about them. The bench press I did the other day was like I hadn't done it because it would hurt.
Yeah.
It was like that was huge for me, and I left 75 was where I left off on the machine, so I didn't really lose, you know, anything really. Although I did them here and there, but not really. This was where I used to do them. Um, the burning is gone, which is huge. Um, the
Any
tenderness is gone.
any issues with driving? Like, have you gone on a long road trip recently?
No, but I can still tell
Okay.
it's gone.
Okay.
You know, it's not there. And just even doing everyday stuff, carrying bundles or something. And it's like I was, guarding that side. And I feel like it's back to normal.
What would you tell someone else who's hesitant about this virtual shoulder rehab program?
It's customizable to them own so they can do it 5 in the morning or 10 at night.
Yeah.
And they have the exercise, they have the tools. It's just a matter of fact, if you do them. I mean,
Yeah. Okay.
it's convenience too. You don't have to go really drive to the gym.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff you can do right at home.
Right.
Most of the exercise you can do at home with the wall and some bands.